This is the third and the final video for working with layers as a means of instruction. Working with layers as a means of organization. Next, we're going to talk about working with compound paths. In Illustrator, a compound path is any combination of more than one path the computer sees and uses as a single item. For this project, you might have some lakes. So those need to be holes. So a hole in a shape is a compound path. The letter A turned into a shape is a compound path because it has a hole in it. So let's get started. Here is our landmass, let's say. And just for simplicity purposes, I am going to make square lakes. Here's a lake. Here's one. Here's a lake. Here's a lake. So, having all of these selected, using my Shift key for multiple selections, under Object, down at the bottom is Compound Path. Make, Command 8. The computer sees these four things as one thing. Since it's one thing, Shift and the land selected too, using our Pathfinder, we can choose the second button, minus front, and these are now holes. If we were to put another color behind there, you can see through these holes. So the landmass is now also a compound path. Undo. So I'm going to make a copy of these first. Make this a compound path, Command 8. And this a compound path. Whoops. Always make sure these are on top of your background shapes in order for this to work. So really, this button and this button are the same. I like to use this because it always works. Where you just saw the previous one, 3 out of the 4 worked. And I think it's because of the arrangement that they were made in. So, with this being a compound path, we can do the exact same thing. And I'm going to make even a third copy. Solid blue for the water. This for the shoreline. This little one, as you can see, the thick outline appears to fill it in, as well as this one, but not that one. So you may need to do these individually and have their own size strokes. But just to show you, just like we did before. Copy, paste in front, Command F. A white, thin stroke. And with these 2 compound paths selected, 2 compound paths selected, again, I'm just trying to emphasize that these are one thing. They can be blended. My blending was set up from the last time, so I didn't have to go over there and change it. I just simply said, make blend, Command Option B. I don't have the layers selected or set up for this, but again, the previous video shows you how to do that. So instead of layers, for demonstration purposes only, I'll send these to the back. And then send these to the back. And there you have your lakes with shorelines also. Ocean, lakes, shorelines, land, other areas, rivers, roads, cities, names, and latitudes. And that is a completed map. On this particular map, and the one that y'all are going to be using, I don't think has any islands. I have islands down here. Again, these may have their own shoreline, depending upon how close they are to the coast. You may have some run-in right around here, but these might have a smaller shoreline than this does. Lakes may have a smaller shoreline than the ocean. And then finally, roads. These roads have an outline around them. You can do that with the same method that you saw on the shoreline, a thick blue line and a slightly thinner orange line. Or you can turn these paths that are made up of the roads into shapes. So I'm going to simply borrow one, copy, go to my blank document, paste. Where did it paste at? There we go. Thicken it up with a stroke weight. Again, round off the stroke itself. Give it the colors you need. Copy, paste in front. Change the color and reduce the stroke weight. Another option, as I said, is to turn your paths into objects. Wireframe, preview. So it's the preview that we're going to be, that we'll see the change happen. So here's how thick this stroke is. "13 points. Under Object, under path, you have outline stroke. Click. So now the stroke is an object. Here we see the intersection. So we can get rid of that by using our Pathfinder Unite. Click. And then do the same thing as before. Copy, paste in front. Change the color. Whoops, I'm sorry. We do need to add a stroke to this now. Increase it. And then copy, paste in front. This one has no stroke and just a fill. So that's how we got this look over here. Other options are dash lines, also found under stroke. A plain path, a dash line attached to it with a dash and a gap. So, a lot of things you can do with a dash line. Again, this has no corners, so I'm just going to round off the caps. And now those dashes are rounded off. Again, just like we did in our sunflower. Increase the thickness. They start to go together. Change the gap. You got space again. Copy, paste in front. A different color. Reduce the stroke weight. Copy, paste in front. Change the color. Reduce the stroke weight. And so forth. Not that you'll have any kind of roads that look like this, but again, just to kind of show you an option of them. Let me try to make a highway or something. Here's the road. Copy, paste in front. And I have less than a minute. Let's see if I can do this fast. Copy, paste in front. Copy, paste in front. Dash. And there you go. So that completes the instruction. Good luck, and it's been fun. Bye.